Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'm here with the 10th update for my 2019 Project Pan, and this year I'm participating in the hashtag teamprojectpan that was started by Kat and Hailey from Beauty News. And basically what it is a full year rolling project pan. You pick out an item of makeup from each different category like mascara, primer. There's also some non-makeup categories. Basically when you use up an item, you replace it with a similar item. So I'll start off by going over the 3 items that I was able to use up over the past month. The first item was my primer. This is the Boscia Pore Affecting White Charcoal Mattifying Treatment Primer. It was just a deluxe size. So I did cut into it. I used up every last bit of the product. So this is now used up. And the replacement item is another deluxe size pore primer. Pore filling primer. This is the Benefit Professional. I haven't actually used this yet. I just used up the Boscia one. So this is 7.5 milliliters. So I don't know if I'll have it finished by the end of the year, but maybe I can get close. But this will be the replacement primer. The second item that I used up was my hair care item. And for that I used up this, which is the Baroggio. It's the Repair, Don't Despair, or what's the full name of it? Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. So this is another thing I cut into, used up all the product. This took me a while to use it because I only used it typically like once a week as a deep conditioning treatment. Sometimes I could use it maybe like 2 times a week, but this did take me a while even though it was a deluxe size. I did enjoy using it though, but that is now used up. And my replacement item is the sample from Garnier Fructis. This is the Sleek Shot in shower styler. So I have been using this, and you're supposed to like mix it with your shampoo, and it's supposed to help your like styling of your hair go faster. So I don't have a lot of this left, but I thought this is something I could use by the end of the year. I don't really want to like add in new things that are like full size or completely full. I want to try to pick things I feel like there's a shot I can use up in the next 2 months. So this will be my replacement hair care item. And then finally what I used up was a mask. This is one I just added in last month, but I only have I think like 2 uses of it left. I have a lot of that stuff for skincare that I just have a few uses left, so I think it's good to add into projects like this. But this is from Dr. Brandt. This is the Magnetite Age Definer. It's like a magnetic mask. You put it on your face, leave it on for a few minutes, and then you remove it with a magnet. It's kind of a cool experience. But I was able to use this up. And as I mentioned, I didn't have much uses of this left, or much of it. So it was, you can't really see because it's black packaging, but it is empty. But I was able to get through it within just a month's time. And for my replacement skincare item, I'll be adding in another mask. This one is from Fresh. This is the Lotus Youth Preserve Rescue Mask. So for this one, I could definitely use it up because it's just a deluxe size. There's not much product in here, and I have used it a couple of times, but it's pretty much full. So my goal with this is to try to just use it once a week and kind of see how much I'm able to get through it. If I don't completely finish it up, it's fine. I just want to get some good progress on this. So that will be the mask I'm adding in. So those are all my things I used up during the past month and the replacement items, and now I'll go into the progress on the stuff I'm still working on. So for what I'm still working on, the first category is for foundation, and I actually have 2 different foundation products. I have a BB cream and then a more traditional foundation. For the BB cream, I have the Dr. Jart Black Label Detox BB Beauty Balm. Now this with the packaging, I can't really measure it because it's not like a squeezy tube packaging. It's like hard plastic, and I can't really like see through the packaging. But I am noticing as I'm trying to dispense product out, it's getting harder to dispense out. I kind of have to shake the packaging, but I'm still able to get product out of this. I can kind of twist off the packaging, so I will be able to get like a brush or something to like get into the product once I can't dispense it anymore with the pump. But I'm trying to say, I feel like I'm getting close to being finished with this. I want to see by the end of the year if I can possibly have this finished, but I'm not quite sure like how much longer this one's going to take me. But it is something I am using every single day, so I'm happy that I'm continuing to make progress on it. But hopefully by the end of the year I can have this finished. For my foundation, I have the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation, and this one has squeezy tube packaging. I feel like I'm almost finished with it. This is another thing I hope to have finished by the end of the year. I do mix this with the Dr. Jart BB cream, so you can see I don't have much of it left, but it's still pumping out fine and I have no issues with that. So this is another one I think I can take off or the pump to get into the packaging, or at least I could cut into it. So I'm not quite sure how much longer this will take me, but hopefully by the end of the year I can have this finished as well. And both of those foundation and BB cream products I mix together every day, so I am getting use out of both of them. Next I have my concealer, which is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is something I thought I would have finished by this update. I do have some product left though, so I'm just going to keep working on it. There's still some product on the sides and a little bit at the bottom. I was able to take a brush down and get some at the very bottom, but there's still some on the sides at the bottom. So I'm going to keep working on this. I'm planning to order another concealer during the Sephora VIB sale. So I'll be getting a new concealer fairly soon, but I want to try to get every last little bit out of this if I can. So I'm going to still work on this the next month. We'll see how much I'm able to have finished by the next update. I'm hoping by the next update that this can be finished off because I'm really close with it. But this is, again, something I'm using every day. So I'm happy to continue to make some progress on this and get even more close to having it completely finished off. Next I have my powder. This is also from Too Faced from the Peach Perfect line. This is the Mattifying Loose Setting Powder infused with peach and sweet cream. I feel like every time that I use up like a sentence worth of product, so last time I was right under the second sentence of French, if it can focus. Now I'm right under this like net weight line. So it's still continuing to make progress. I've said before I don't think I'll have this finished by the end of the year. I'll be pretty close, but I feel like I'll have to throw it into a project for like next year just to finish off the last little bit of it. But I am happy with my progress on this. I do again use this every single day, so I'm happy to continue to use it up. But yeah, that's where I am with the powder. Then I have my setting spray, which is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. So I don't know what happened with this. Maybe in the summer I was using it more frequently and now I haven't been using it as much. I feel like I still use it pretty much every day, but my mark isn't that dramatic, whereas early in the year I was able to make quite a lot of marks. So maybe I'm like spraying it less. I don't really know. But that's where I am. I definitely won't have this finished by the end of the year. Again, this is something I'll throw into a project next year. I feel like the stuff I don't finish off, I'm going to put into projects for 2020. But continuing to want to make progress on everything, even if it's a little bit at a time, at least I'm like using my things. And that's kind of one of the main points. Besides using things up, I just want to make sure I'm using the stuff in my collection. So I'm continuing to use this. I will see how by the end of the year how much of this I'll be able to have finished off, but I'm happy to be able to make any bit of progress on it. Next category is blush, and for blush I have a cream blush and a powder blush. For my cream blush I have the Josie Maran Argan Infinity Lip and Cheek Creamy Oil in the color Forever Rose. I honestly don't use this every single day. It gets a little bit separated because it is like argan oil with like a cream blush. So sometimes if I'm in a hurry, I don't bother with this, but today I wore it. I'm able to like blend it out with my beauty blender. It looks really pretty, but there is quite a bit of product, and this was kind of a late add into this project, so I've only been using it for a few months. Definitely not something I'll have finished, probably even by next year. It just is a product that you use a little bit at a time with, so it's going to take me a while to get through this, but again, I'm just happy to make some progress on it. So that's my cream blush. For powder blush, I have the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Exposed, and this is something I have made a lot of progress on. You can see all the pan I've hit on it. I don't think I'll have it finished by the end of the year, but definitely by early 2020 this should be finished. This is something, again, I'm using every day, and if I don't have it finished by the end of the year, I'll definitely throw it into a project next year, but continuing to make progress on that. Next I have my highlighter category, and again I have a cream and powder product. For the cream product I have the Benefit Watts Up, it's the deluxe size of it. So this is the product I have left. Honestly, I was using this a little bit in the summer, but I haven't really used it in the fall at all. So my mark on my little post-it note is actually the mark I had from like a few months ago, so I haven't really made any progress on this. I've tried using it more in the summer as like a body highlight, and I haven't really been using it much lately, so we'll see with this one if I decide just to declutter at the end of the year or if I want to give it another try next year. But that's the powder or the cream highlight. And then for powder highlight I have the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder Highlight in Highlight 01. And with this I'm just trying to get use out of it. I've used it a little bit over the past month. It's not something I use every day. I'm not a big like highlight person, so I'm just trying to get use out of this. I'm not even trying to use it up or even hit pan on it. I have a little bit of a dip going, but it's just not something I think I'd ever like fully pan, so I'm just trying to get some use out of it. So that's the powder highlight. Next I have my finishing powder. This is from Hourglass. It's the Ambient powder, lighting powder in Ethereal Light. The back of the packaging, the words have all worn off, but this is what I have left of the powder. Again, I've hit massive pan on it, but I just don't think I'll have it finished by the end of the year, but definitely something I would again throw into a project for 2020. This is something, again, I do use every single day. A lot of this stuff I use every single day, but you just kind of go through it like as fast as you go through it. I'm not going to like reapply it multiple times throughout the day or like put it on all areas of my body just to try to use it up. I'm kind of using it for its intended purpose and going through it as fast as I can. So I'm fine if these type of things that I need to throw into projects next year, just because I wasn't able to completely finish them up this year. But I'm still happy to be making progress on that. My next category is my eyeshadow primer, and for that I have my Nars Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I do tend to wear eyeshadow pretty much every single day, so I am using my eyeshadow primer every day. I haven't taken the stopper out of this yet. I still got a good application without doing that. I will be taking the stopper out at some point, and I feel like I'll have still a few more months of use with this. Hopefully I can have this finished by the end of the year. I feel like if I don't, it'll be early 2020. So continuing to make progress with this, but I feel like this tends to take me around a year to finish up. So I should be almost finished by the end of the year, if not completely finished, but still making progress on that. Next I have some cream eyeshadow products. I actually have two different cream eyeshadows I have in the project. One is from trèStiQue. It's a mini shadow crayon, and this is in the color Aspen Pine. So that's what I have left. Honestly, I haven't really been using it. I kind of forget about it. So you can see my mark from when I started with this. It was a few months ago that I threw this into the project. I used up a few other trèStiQue mini crayons in like lighter shades that I was able to get through super quickly, and now I just have a few dark shades left, and I honestly don't use them that often. So the mark isn't even from this month's use. It was like from before when I like first threw it into the project and was using it a few times, but hopefully I can do some more like smokier, darker looks and get some more use out of this. But yeah, I kind of just have to remember that it's even in the project and just try to get just a few uses out of this. I would be happy with that. My other cream eyeshadow is this Anastasia, well, it doesn't look like anything now, but it's the Anastasia Brow Duality. It was a double-ended cream like brow highlight. One side was shimmer, and then the other side was matte. I've completely used up the matte side, and I just have a little bit of the shimmer side left. So I have my little post-it. I have been using this. I feel like most days I do use it as my brow bone highlight, and then I put a powder, like a cream powder shadow on top of it. But I don't think I've sharpened it in the past month, so I don't have a new mark for it, but I just have like this little like nub of product left. So hopefully by the end of the year I can have this finished off, and if not, then I will maybe just declutter what I have left, like to see what I can get through by the end of the year. But yeah, that's that. Next is my eyeshadow, and I'm not specifically focusing on panning any eyeshadows this year or using anything up. I'm just rotating through my eyeshadow collection each month of the project. So the eyeshadow palettes I'll be using this month are the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, and this is actually a hybrid of my Naked palette and then Naked 2. So I have 4 shades in here that are actually from the Naked palette. As I used up shades from my Naked 2 palette, I replaced them with shades from my Naked palette. So this shade here is Buck from the Naked palette. This is Smog from the Naked palette. Right here where Suspect was, this is Dark Horse from the Naked palette. And then right here, which was YDK, this is actually Gunmetal from the Naked palette. So a little bit of a hybrid Frankenstein palette, but I felt like it was a good sort of like November, it's getting cold, like more darker looks palette, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to play around with this. So that would be the eyeshadow palette that I'm using. Along with that, I also have the Naked 2 Basics palette. This is like my go-to palette for work, and it also gives me a few more mattes that I can play around with, and it works well with the Naked 2 palette. So I'll also be using this, and you can see just really like have some light colors for work. I have my brow bone highlight in here, so just a great palette that I love to pair with a lot of other palettes. So I'll be using that. And then thirdly, for eyeshadow, I wanted to add in some color, some like more festive sort of palettes. I also will be playing with the Natasha Denona. This is a holiday palette from a few years ago. It's the Aries palette. So it has some reds, it has some shimmer, it has the blue, it has like a gold shade and champagne shade. So I thought it was good for like sort of the Thanksgiving, like late fall sort of season. So I'll be playing with this one as well. So those are the eyeshadows I'll be using over the next month, and I'll get back into the stuff I'm actually trying to pan. So I have my like liquid eyeliner sort of category, liquid / gel eyeliner. I don't know how you'd really classify these, like marker liners. But this is from NYX. It's the Super Skinny Eye Marker. I use this occasionally. I feel like I've been using it, or I'll use it more with the Naked 2 palette with like sort of the darker looks. I think it will go really well. When I did some more like lighter looks, like I don't really like wearing black eyeliner all that much. But this is still going strong. I don't use it all the time, so I can still get a good application with it, and we'll see. This might be something like by the end of the year I just declutter what's ever left, but yeah, still working on that. And then for my pencil liner, I have from Urban Decay the 24/7 Glide On pencil in the shade Desperation. It's a matte gray shade. So I feel like I haven't really been using this past month. I need to be better about using this one as well. So you can see where I'm at. I don't even think my mark wasn't even a new mark. I don't know if I even sharpened this during the month. So didn't get a ton of use out of this. Again, this is something I need to kind of remember to use. With a lot of stuff, I said I'll probably put it into a project in 2020. I think this liner is something else I'll have to keep working on next year as well. Then I have my mascara. I just added this in last month, so hopefully by the end of the year I'll have it finished. I might still hold on to it for another month past the end of the year, but this is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Lash. I try to only have like one mascara going at a time, so it's my like current only mascara, so I am using it every day and enjoying it. So that's the mascara that I'm using. Then I have my brow products, so both from Benefit. I have my brow like color product, and I also have a brow setting product. So this is the Benefit Gimme Brow. All the packaging is like worn off, but I am using this every single day. I feel like this is something else I won't have quite finished by the end of the year. I did just add it in this year. It's actually a replacement. I had another one of these at the start of the project, so we'll see by the end of the year. If I feel like I still have some more product left, I'll continue using it into next year, but we'll see if it's finished by the end of the year. But I am using that every day. And I'm also using my brow setting product. This is the 24-hour brow setting product from Benefit, and I am using this in conjunction with the brow color product, using this every day. I feel like this I've been using the whole year, so I should have it finished by the end of the year, but I feel like I still have some use left of this one. And then I have my lip product. So for lip gloss, I have from Bare Minerals the Marvelous Moxie lip gloss in the shade Trailblazer. So I tried to put it in hot water so I can measure it, but there's just a lot of product that stuck to the side. So I just have a teeny bit left. After this project, I am going to take the stopper out, and it's going to be my mission for the month of November just to use this up. I think I'll throw it in my purse, try to use it like every day. I just have a little bit left, and it's just the part that I can't really get unless I take the stopper out. So I'm going to do that and just try to get through this and finish it up by the end of the month. So really close with this. And then finally for makeup, I have a Fresh Sugar lip treatment. This is in the shade Rosé. I threw this into the project last month as well. And I've made some really good progress on it. I have it in my purse. I reapply it throughout the day. So that's what I have left on it. It's a little bit coming apart, but I feel like it will be okay because I don't have much. I should be able to get through this fairly quickly. So all my marks are kind of running together, but that's where I was last time, and then that's where I am now. So I feel like by the end of November, I'm going to have a little bit of this left. But definitely can have this finished by the end of the year. It's just a really easy product to like reapply throughout the day. So getting a lot of good use out of that. And then finally, I have a few non-makeup items. So there's like a nail care category, which I kind of expanded to include like hand creams. So for hand cream, what I'm currently focusing on is from Crabtree and Evelyn. It's the Tarocca Orange, Eucalyptus, and Sage Ultra Nourishing Hand Therapy. I have this on my nightstand. And this is something I feel like a few months ago to try to use up a lotion, I had to make a little post-it note and mark it off when I used it each day. So I think I'll try to do that with this, just so I can try to get this finished by the end of the year, because I don't have much of it left, maybe about half of the tube. But something that if I like just have it sitting there, I kind of forget about, even though my hands are like super dry and I should be using it. So I think I'll try to challenge myself to use it until it's finished, and hopefully if I use it every day from now till like the end of the year, I can have this finished off. But yeah, I need to get a little more focused on this to get some more progress with it. Then I have a fragrance. This is the Bulgari Omnia Crystalline fragrance. It's just a little deluxe size, and I tried marking it before, but the marks kind of rubbed off. But you can see I just have a little bit left. I feel like this, I'll be happy if I have it finished by the end of the year. So I think if I focus on it and use it at least a few times a week, that it should be finished by the end of the year. But still working on this one, really close with that. And finally, I have my body product, which is a Bath & Body Works 24-Hour Moisture Ultra Shea Body Cream, and it's in the scent Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte. I'm almost finished with this. I feel like I just have a week or two of product left. It's getting really light, but with these, once I can't squeeze out any more product, I do cut into them so I can get all the products. So definitely will have this finished by the next update. I'm almost finished with this. So by the next update, what I hope to have finished, I think a few things. I think the concealer, which I was hopeful to have finished by this time. Hopefully by next update this can be finished. I'd also say the lip gloss, I'm just going to really focus on this and try to get it done by the next update. I feel like that's possible. And I'll say the lotion. I think those three, realistically, I can have finished by the next update. Hopefully there's a few more things maybe I can get done that will surprise me, but I feel like I'm really close with some of these. I feel like good about the amount of stuff I'll be able to have finished by the end of the year. Definitely, I've been saving everything I've been finishing through my updates. I think it'll be fun for like the last video to kind of look back on like what I was able to finish throughout this project. It will be kind of interesting to see in total how many things I was able to finish. But anyway, that is my update. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.